Hello and welcome to Reginaldesq. I'm Underhook and this is my review of the Swedish Tier 2 light tank, the Strv M/38. So is this tank any good? Hell yes, it's a very good tank. Really enjoyed myself driving this Swedish light tank, which is surprising. You will know that I just finished reviewing this tank here, this Tanks Strv, which I didn't like at all. Essentially they have the same guns. It's just that this guy here has a much better tank and is able to use the guns effectively. So let's, I might actually go into the comparison screen and we can have a good look at it. It's got a good comparison thing now in this game. Okay, so comparing it to the other light tanks in its class, I haven't got the premium tanks in there, I've just got all the normal light tanks. We can see that one of the things this tank excels at, it has good penetration with its gun. 55 penetration. The best is 58, as seen here on the Russian T60, and I think someone else has also got 58. Yeah, the other, oh, is that Russian? Yeah, Russian tank there as well, the T26. So they've got the best penetration, but 55 is right up there. A lot of them only have in penetration in the 40s or some in the low 50s, so 55 is good. You can penetrate most of your targets. And the average damage is probably about average, maybe a little bit less than some of the others, but it's still pretty good. That said, rate of fire is pretty good on this tank. So let's have a look now. Gun depression, 15 degrees. So this tank can fight very, very effectively on hills. And with 15 degrees of gun depression. Now the next, I think the best is 18 degrees, yeah, here on this on the French D1, and the other French CM36 has 17 as well. So they have the best gun depression, but 15 is excellent, and it's certainly not bad at hill fighting at all. Now, as far as the accuracy of the gun goes, accuracy is probably on the upper side of poor. So 0.45 is about the equal worst. The best here you can see on the T26 is 0.37, which is very accurate for a Tier 2 tank. So what else does this tank excel at, or what's it bad at? Well, everything else it's alright at, I don't mind it, but it has the best camouflage whilst moving. So the best camouflage while stationary goes to the LT VZ35, the Czechoslovakian light tank here. But the best moving camouflage is this tank right here, our Swedish M38. So on that respect, I think I did find, especially compared to the Tank Destroyer, I wasn't getting spotted anywhere near as much in this tank, and I really did like that about it. However, its spotting range is very poor. It's very poor view range, one of the worst. The best is the LT VZ35 with 359 meters versus our 270. So that tells you a bit about the tank in comparison to others. As far as the speed of the tank goes, it does 45 forward, 18 reverse. Both of those speeds are quite respectable in comparison to some of the others. There are some others that are a fair bit quicker, but it's certainly not a slouch. So for the couple of games we're going to see in this tank, I have got camouflage net, binoculars and a toolkit fitted, just because they're the free ones that I can take on and off. I thought this tank played very well as a pop out from behind, hard cover, shoot and pop back again. It does move quite well under acceleration, and also the camouflage is surprisingly good, I thought. But yeah, it does excel at popping out, having a shot coming back, and the guns I thought worked really well. Actually, while we're on the guns, I will compare them to the guns on this thing just to give you an idea. So I'll get that up on screen. Alright, so the guns from the Tier 2 Tank Destroyer are on the left, and the guns from the light tank are on the right. You can see that they have slightly different names, but they're the same size guns. So on the left here, the Tank Destroyer has 20 shells in a magazine, whereas the light tank only has 10. They fire at a slightly higher rate on the Tank Destroyer as well, as 0.25 a second versus 3, so you're firing 4 shells a second instead of 3 shells a second. But the Tank Destroyer takes a lot longer to load the magazine, 9 seconds, where it's only 5 seconds for the light tank. They both have the exact same penetration and damage per shell, 31 pen, 14 damage, which, as I explained, the Tank Destroyer is no good at long range because you lose a bit of pen and just can't penetrate anything. Whereas with the light tank, we can get a lot closer. So 0.5 dispersion on the Tank Destroyer, and it's 0.48 on the light tank. So it's actually better accuracy than a light tank, which is a bit bizarre. Normally the tank destroyer has better stats on its gun. 1.9 second aim time versus 2 seconds, pretty close, but it's actually better on the TD as it should be. With the bigger gun, the 37mm, we can see that the tank destroyer has a slightly faster rate of fire. It's only very slight, 26 versus 25.5. Exact same penetration and damage per shot, 55 and 40 damage. The tank destroyer gun is slightly more accurate at 0.4 versus 0.42, which is as it should be, but the aiming time of 2 seconds is slower than the light tank's 1.8, which is not as it should be. So there you go. So, but pretty much the same guns, but it's like they're completely different once you put them on a different tank. This light tank performs much better, in my opinion, than the tank destroyer did. I've got a couple of games, one with the small gun, one with the bigger gun, so you can see how it goes. Okay. Alright, so our first game, actually this is my very first game in the tank. We have the small 20mm gun fitted, 10 shells in the magazine. As you can see, even at stock, the tank moves quite well. Does it have? Well, maybe it doesn't have an engine upgrade. Maybe that's why. But anyway, it moves quite well. We were doing 40 k's an hour across there. Quite lucky that there's only, I think, was it about 10 tanks aside, and I'm quite lucky that its top tier is tier 2, because this gun would struggle a little bit more against tier 3. The Light Vic premium British tank that has a very high firing gun with a lot of shells in it, but it has terrible armour, as do we, only 13 mils all round. There's the A38, just is the same tank as us, so he can penetrate us well. I'm trying to turn around now. I know he's coming for me. Just got to get ready with my gun. I'm fully reloaded, and let's let loose here. And we managed to take out the entirety of his tank, although he does do 39 points of damage to us. And we did 137 points of damage to him. So you can see with this gun, if you can hit with it, and you're close range, you can do a lot of damage. 137 in one salvo is a lot of damage for a tier 2 tank. And that light tank there, we just didn't hit him enough to get the kill, but we did a bit of damage. So you can see the ability to pop in and out of cover makes this tank much more viable. I'm just spamming some ammo up there in case there happens to be a tank destroyer or artillery hiding up there. There's always somebody up there, so just spraying it. Yeah, so I mean, if I tried to shoot that light tank before with the tank destroyer, I wouldn't have been able to get back and turn around in time before he got down there. I would have just got shot in the side, and I wouldn't have been able to return fire. As it was, we were able to not only return fire, but take him out. And that's where the tank destroyer with these guns just doesn't work, whereas the light tank kind of does. So we're getting capped right now. A Light Vic there has stopped in a bad spot, and we actually managed to take him out, doing a total of 105 points of damage. So we're pretty lucky with the accuracy there, but you can see that yeah, the Light Vic is soft as butter, so we're pretty lucky there, having easy targets to penetrate. I think too this gun was slightly more accurate than it was on the tank destroyer too, which, as I said at the time, is bizarre. There's only 3 tanks left on the enemy team now, so probably is time to move up. There's a tank destroyer and an artillery, which will probably be camping near the base, but I'm just a little bit worried about the T-26. It's a pretty good tank, and I don't want to get owned by it, so just being a little bit careful of how I move here. But one of my teammates is moving up through the gap there, so there's obviously nothing there, so that allows me now to move up, pretty much assuring I won't get spotted unless there's someone just up here. But this tank does have really good gun depression, so I should be able to shoot just exposing my turret only. If I see anyone up here, doesn't appear to be anyone here though, which is good. So using the rock for cover and then just popping out with the bush here to see if I can spot anybody without hopefully being spotted myself. Thought about popping some more shots in there. Didn't just think about it, I did it. We might have got some hits there, we'll have to check the stats when we finish. Now I'm backing up because I probably would have been spotted then, and anyone who's up there would be pre-aiming at that bush again now, so I'll come out the other side just in case, give myself the best chance to get through without getting hit. So I'm heading straight for the rocks now, give myself some cover. Don't know who they're shooting at because no one appears to have been spotted. Oh, the T-26 has now been spotted. And he's a fair way away from us. Other side of the map. I'm just looking to see if I spot anything now. That's why I just stopped there. Trying to give my time for my binoculars to kick in. You have to be stationary for 3 seconds for your binoculars and your camouflage net to function. They don't work while you're moving. I'm now looking for artillery, whilst watching out for a TD as well at the same time. T-26 is dead. So I thought artillery might be there in the water, but he's not, and now we've proximity spotted the artillery. He's going to be waiting for me to come around a corner, so if I go around a corner now, he'll probably smash me, may even one-shot me with his HE, so I was trying to get him to pre-fire on me, but he didn't. I now have spotted the tank destroyer there. He actually gets a good shot into me while he's sliding down the hill. I fire at him, but my teammates kill him before I can. So I'll have to look and see if we hit that 2-pounder there in the stats when we were mucking around before. And I move forward a little bit. I figure if I die, it doesn't matter. Let's see if we get some damage on this guy. And I just expose enough to hit him. Poor guy. He probably really should just try and fire at the ground next to me, so at least he can get some splash damage. And now I'm not doing damage, and my teammate drives around and just finishes him off, so he gets the kill. End of the game. Okay, so it was a Class 2 game, and you can see that I think this tank here, no, the 2-pounder there, we got spotting points. We didn't actually damage the 2-pounder with our spamming in the bushes, so there you go. Class 2 badge, so it's probably not going to be too hard to get mastery in this tank. Finished second in our team for experience. We did 313 points of damage. Considering the tank has 160 hit points, I'm really happy with that. And 92 shots fired, 41 of them hit, 23 penetrated. That's okay for this type of gun. You know, a lot of shots miss, a lot of shots bounce, but I'm pretty happy with that. Received 2 hits, so both penetrated. Spotted 2, we damaged 4, destroying 2 tanks. And we did 48 points of assistance damage as well. Oh, we actually got base capture points too. I wasn't really trying for that though. And we made a bit of dough. So, overall, not a bad game. Okay, so in this game the tank is fully upgraded. So we've upgraded the tracks, we've upgraded the engine, and we have the 37mm gun now. So 55 average penetration, does about 40 damage average shot. I'm going to just try and get into the action a little bit more. I'll probably get killed pretty quickly, but it'll give you a bit of an idea of how the tank performs in the front line, or frontish lines. So I'm probably not going to go right up the front. I've got no armour at all, so I have to be a little bit careful. But we do have good gun depression, so we should be able to get shots without exposing too much of our tank. And we give one to the M2 Light, but we take a couple too. So we gave 43 damage, but we took about 46, I think. So that's not a good exchange. He got 4 of his light cannon rounds into us. Bit dangerous in a poorly armoured tank to get in front of a multi-cannon because they can just penetrate you with every shot. We get a good one in there into the cruiser for 49, which was good for us, but then he got a really good shot for 52 into us. So we're not doing too well in his exchanges. We're doing okay, but would prefer to be doing more than we're receiving. We've got 72. We can probably survive one more hit. So I assume that they're shooting me in the turret because I'm not really... I didn't think I was exposing too much of my tank. But I decide now not to push my luck by sticking my turret up over there again. So I'm going to come over to the left here, trying to get near the bushes because the other tanks are far enough back now that they hopefully won't spot me. And I'll just try and see if there's anything on my left. See if I can spot tanks because it looks like we're a bit of a stalemate on the left here. And we have managed to light someone up. Don't know if we lit him up or what, but we've got a free shot on a hard go here. The shot drops low and hits a rock, unfortunately. That was really bad luck. And someone else gets the kill. Now, one of our teammates has spotted that other tank, and I've just copped the side from the hit from the Cruiser 1. The rascal. Oh, he could kill me here. Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. Oh, no. Aha, how lucky was that? I actually stopped to take a shot at him because I thought he's about to kill me. I might as well take a shot. And because I stopped, he gave lead to his shot, and because I stopped, that's the only reason he missed me. That was just pure luck. And then my shot hit him and he died. So that was just luck on my part. Here we miss, so a bit of bad luck for us. We get that one in. So I guess we had some bad luck here with a couple of misses, and we had good luck there with just happening to stop at the right time. So okay, I'm pretty happy now. We've done enough damage to pretty much cover our own hit points, and we've got a kill and stuff like that, and we've helped out on the side there a little bit, so putting tanks under pressure. So we've pretty much done a reasonable job. Our team's winning by a mile, so I want to take a risk anyway because I don't want... Okay, so this guy shouldn't be able to see me, even when I fire. So we get a nice shot into him there. However, the 2-pounder hiding up there did see me, so I'm dead. Anyway, not too bad. Okay, so that was a class 3 in the tank. We didn't do too bad. We got a bit of spotting and we did a bit of damage here. I'm reasonably happy with that game. It was good fun. It is a fun tank, this one, to drive. I didn't play a lot of games in it, but I think it's a kind of tank you probably could play a lot of games and have a bit of fun. We came third for XP on our team. We did 191 points of damage. We've got, what, 170 hit points? Oh, okay. I had 160 hit points last game, so now that we've fully upgraded, maybe it was a turret upgrade or something, but we've got 170 hit points now. So anyway, we still did more damage than hit points, so I'm happy with that. And next screen... yeah, so we 12 shots, 5 hit, 5 penetrated. So good penetration, but accuracy is somewhat lacking. 191 damage. We received 7 hits. They all penetrated. So once again, armor is terrible. We spotted 1. We did damage 4 tanks, destroying 1, and we did 119 assistance damage. So spotted from the side there did help a fair bit, and made some cash. Okay. Thank you for watching my review of the STRV M38. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to Reginaldesq, and if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Have fun!